Let me tell you guys about my recording studio. When I build my small yet adequate house, it is going to have a recording studio, and I'm never going to have to travel again. I'm never going to have to, oh, somebody might be coming home. Oh, you got the place to yourself. I'm not even talking about obviously I'm not at my place. Oh, no one will be there for a while. Oh, someone's coming by. I have my space, and no woman is going to be allowed into that space. Not a one. Not a one. And only very few men will be allowed. And it'll be my space. And I'll record because it'll be soundproof 24/7 and no one can interrupt me. It'll be great. Oh, I guess I got to hang on. We had technical difficulties. Give me a second. Okay, here we go. Because when you log into your Microsoft email, you need to click 5 fucking buttons after you provide your username and password. Are you sure? Do you want this to happen the next time you log in? We can have this. How about fuck no? Hi, Cappy, 31-year-old guy from Singapore with a business degree and optometry diploma working in contact lens company. Amazing how people with business business degrees never end up working in business. As a product specialist turned sales rep. My work hours are from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m., but as I'm in sales, timing is very flexible. I'm usually home by 3. I make about 60,000 Singaporean dollars. It's 75 cents per day. So he divide by take away 25%. So he's at 45 US dollars. So subtract 25% on these. In this job, as I end work very early, I'm supplementing my income as a tutor in high school math and science for a number of students, which would nets me another 40,000 Singaporean, 30,000. So you are making 30 plus 40. That's 75 US. That's not bad. That's great. My dividend and interest portfolio is about 15,000 Singaporean dollars a year. No debt. I've saved up approximately $600,000 US for working part-time since high school and leading a pretty frugal lifestyle. How does this minimalism work? Tell me, you spend less than you make? You also have a state pension of $200,000 US and another $200,000 in equities and bonds, in savings instruments, life insurance companies. Why do Singaporeans do better than Americans? Why is Singapore? I don't know. Fiscal responsibility. I've ended up approximately. Oh no, that's it. Oh, and lastly, still we're not done yet, people. We're not done. You Americans could take. I know you're too busy buying your fancy cars. He has about $120,000 cash, US. I do not drive. I stay with my parents. Well, there's a reason that you have all that money. I pay the monthly rent of 500 Singaporean dollars. I have a girlfriend who's 28 years old. She's in decent financial state. No debt. Women without debt? What magical land is this where women don't have debt? 100,000 Singaporean dollars in liquid savings bank CDs. There's a chance I may marry this girl. She is also quite frugal and supportive of me despite my hectic work schedule. We've been together for slightly over a year. My question is this. As I've been working very hard for a long time, essentially working 7 days a week, trying to secure my financial future, I have grown tired of my full-time job. I've been thinking of quitting it for the past 3 to 4 years. However, the flexible hours made me stick to this job. My end goal is ultimately live off my passive income and my portfolio grows when I retire. Well, your pension, you're not getting, when you attach a total dollar value to your pension, that probably is more like a retirement fund. A pension includes that you get paid a certain amount of money per month, at least here in the United States. That's what a pension means. So I think you mean you have a state fund of a significant amount. So what are we talking? 1 million, 1.5 3 million. Let's call you 1.5 million Singapore, 1.3 million US. Not bad. Now, okay, Singapore is a very expensive place to live, but if you live with your folks, you got enough you could retire. You have enough you could retire if you wanted to. Certainly, since it's closer to your neck of the woods than mine, if you want to maintain your Singaporean residency and citizenship and then just bum around Burma, Thailand, Philippines, whatever, or wherever you want to go, you got enough you could retire. Not egregiously so. But yeah, if you do the early retirement extreme, or if you read my book, Poor Richard's Retirement, mine is philosophical. I recommend getting early retirement extreme because it's more numerical. It does the math for you. So I'd strongly recommend getting that. It's for Western retirees, but the math would be universal. It still apply to you. But yes, you do have enough. You have enough. End goal, ultimately live off my passive income. My portfolio grows when I retire. However, if I were to start a family, I would definitely need to cut back on some work hours, which will ultimately result in a lower amount of income coming from work. When the higher expenses start kicking in with a lower income, I fear it will sabotage everything I have done for essentially a decade. What's the next step in your opinion? Many thanks. Okay, then I asked you what your wife did or your girlfriend does. She has a good job. I don't want to identify her. Currently drawing 40,000 US, 50,000 Singapore a year. And, she also tutors. That's great. Let me know, require other details like okay, here's the deal. Yes, you could probably cut back a little bit from work, but if you were to get married and have kids, just me, don't know if it works this way in Singapore or not, but have someone stay home and take care of the kids. And that person logically would be your girlfriend turned wife, because she doesn't make anywhere near as much as you do. This is how it worked traditionally. I don't know why we fucked with the formula, but the womans just got something up their vaginas. They're like, we gotta go and be men. It's like, so throw out the entire division of labor and fuck the kids, huh? I don't know. I think the culture is different in Singapore, but you could kind of have it all where you and your wife or girlfriend if you were to get married, if she keeps working, you keep working a little bit, saving some more money, have a honeymoon period. You don't have to have kids right away. But right now, as it is, you have enough money that you could retire. You're 31. You're not going to retire now or tomorrow. And while that might be tempting, you're not. You're going to get bored. You will. And I know you were thinking about quitting your job for the past 3 to 4 years, which you may be sick of that job, but you know what you're going to get sick of? Having no job at all. I don't see you retiring. So since you have enough money to easily support yourself from hence on, and you're going to continue working, very likely. Even if you were to take a year vacation, you'd be like, oh, dude, I got to get back to work. Assuming you continue making the money that you do, your wife would stay home and take care of the kids. You would provide for the family. That's the easiest way. And with that extra work, you'd be able to take care of the kids, no problem, and provide for your wife. And not threaten your savings or anything that you have there. Also, I don't know what the Singaporean central bank does with their money. They're probably printing off more. Don't worry, other countries will print off more money. So the value, or not the value, but the price of the Singaporean index or wherever you have your funds are going to not go up in value, but they will go up in price because the inflation's got to go somewhere over the long term. So for 30 years from now, when you might finally think about retiring, you're going to have more than enough to provide for your retirement. Your wife will probably go back to work after the kids are out of the house, or off into school. Wife's got to do something. Go back to being. She can do accounting from home. That's great. So however, I definitely need to cut back on some work hours. I don't know. I think you would have to have weekends. You'd have to go to your boss because you do want to be a father. You do want to spend time with your kids, which ultimately result in a lower amount of income coming from work, but still more income than you need as yourself, which could all take care of the family. And when the higher expenses start kicking in with a lower income, I fear it will sabotage everything I've done for essentially a decade. What's the next step in your opinion? Many thanks. Dude, you're fine. You're absolutely fine. What I would do is not worry. I would assume that you're going to keep on working for the next 20 years easy, because you will get bored. You're going to want to work. I don't know what a man does aside from work or do something. You are going to have to scale back on work to spend time with your children, but you don't have to do that right now. If you and your girlfriend were to get married, you have like a year to 2 or 5 year honeymoon period. You enjoy each other, have fun. You also may find out she's a grade A bitch. You don't know. You only dated for a year. And you don't have kids right away. Also, you find out she's psycho or crazy. Like, whoa, you don't have kids with her? That's good. Not to put a damper on things. I'm just from America. I'm used to women being mean and backstabby. An entire knife division just opened up where women grab knives and they plant them in their husbands' backs. But another thing, you got a lot of money. I would spend some money. I don't know what the laws are in Singapore. I don't know if women are divorce crazy like they are here in the United States over in Singapore, but I would definitely, the bigger threat is your wife taking you for half or going through divorce and being entitled to some of your money. I would absolutely hire a lawyer and find out what the prospects are, what the risks are. So I don't think it's having kids or the thing of getting married. The real risk is your wife going to divorce you? And hopefully not. Hopefully culture is much better. And I'll say it, superior in Singapore. Superior in Singapore. The title of my next book. So that's the bigger risk. That's knowing nothing of the proclivity of Singaporean women to divorce. But getting back to the finances, that extra year or 2 or 5 that you work, that you're not married or that you don't have kids, you and your wife are making extra money, socking that money away. That will allow you to have a couple kids, allow you to take off time from work, not even dip into your savings, and then you're fine. Your numbers are fine. I would absolutely not worry about it. So now you got me interested about Singaporean divorce. Okay, any super chats today? Holy cow, look at this. Miguel Angel Casillas for $2. Atham, guard the door. Also, I almost became a millennial yesterday, but held out on the avocado and toast. Good man, Miguel. Adriano Ramos for $2 Australian. When are you reforming the beach? Aha. Oh, Adriano, you're so funny looking. You're just so funny. Nonstop. All the Hanyankers are in the room today. Nonstop Dre 360 for $2. People wonder why you encourage minimalism. Yeah, I know. By the way, I finished the PowerPoint presentation for the seminar that I'm going to be doing. And it will be on minimalism. And new material, new things. Don't know if it's going to be for you guys. Price tag's going to be high. But I got to practice that. And that hopefully, in theory, might be up even by next week. That's if I'm really, really crushing it. All right. You guys got questions? Cappy's got answers. assholeconsulting.com. Wouldn't it be nice?